Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show. Everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smart ass than a dumbass. Because, guys, 34 years ago, I was a dumbass. But today, 34 years later, through the grace of God, I can honestly say now, I'm a smart ass. And yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times. And it means donkey. And that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this. There are a lot of people out there struggling. And I just want everybody to know that someone is listening. If you think my book can help someone, because I sure do, you can go right to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing, BAM, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Guys, you could go to my website, www.geripetito.com, if you want my book in audio with my voice. Simon & Schuster wanted to do it, but with someone else's voice, and I said absolutely not. So my producer, Ruben Rodriguez, part owner of Hamilton Radio and the owner of Iron Horse Films, is now doing audiobooks with your voice. So if any authors are interested, please reach out. Guys, and listen, if you truly cannot afford my book, please reach out to me about that as well. I'm here to help you. I want everyone to know you are not powerless, not over anything, okay? Especially with God. So before I introduce my incredibly beautiful guest, I want to give a shout out to one of my sponsors today, Paula Ann, from Ablaze Entertainment and Freedom Rings Festival, helping survivors of human trafficking to live a life of normalcy. And the Geri Petito Show is also one of their sponsors, www.freedomringsfestival.com. So Paula Ann is now a very good friend of mine, and she is also the woman who introduced me to my beautiful guest here today. So, Paula Ann, thank you so much. Everyone, without further ado, Marina Kufa, say hello.
Yes. Hello. Thank you so much, Jerry, for having me. It's such an honor to be here on your show. Especially those days in the world of entertainment, it's an honor to be on a show with purpose. So thank you so much for having me.
So-
And of course, thank you to my manager, Paula.
Yes, and listen, thank you, because you've honored us here today on the Geri Petito Show and Hamilton Radio. So we really, truly appreciate it, okay? Thank you so much. So, wow, you're something else with the red carpet. I mean, there's so much. All right, I'm going to give you the mic. I want you to start and tell everyone a lot about yourself. Not a little bit, a lot. Take the mic.
Oh, where do I start? I call myself free spirit. I'm a passion-driven individual, and I pursue my passion and end up in entertainment several years ago, where I really didn't believe in myself. Uh, lady named Sharon Kelly, who was a publicist at this time, she took me under her wing and she believed in me. I was, passion driven stunt performer who worked on the movies and films and did all the things that you can imagine that was fun. Work on the movie as a dancer, as a stunt person. And I remember Sharon telling me, she says, you know what? I want you to be a TV host. So I was laughing at this time. I was like, where? How am I going to be a TV host? I have an accent. She said, that's exactly what we need in LA. So this was my journey, where my journey begins. And through all those years, I came across all those amazing individuals, actors. And I can tell you, every person I came across Was such a beautiful individual. Um, LA has all the crowd with how should I say? I think, the publicity portrayed those people a little bit different than what it is. Those are very hardworking individuals, and they amazing. They work so hard, and they want to teach you. So I'm one of those students that LA took under their wings, and you know, I'm keep working on everything else. So I work for the news. I own Red Carpet of Hollywood, where we do a lot of interviews with celebrities. I co-produce News of the World, and just living the dream, paying forward, because that's very important. And I have to point it out also that in Los Angeles, all those talented people, they pay forward, just like you. They have a passion with purpose.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. So where were you born and raised?
I was born in Poland.
That's beautiful. How long have you been
Yeah.
here?
24 years right now.
Oh, very cool. Okay. So let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit. So when you were growing up, when you were younger, did you have a passion like deep down inside of you to do something like you're doing?
Yeah, I was always explorer, you
Okay.
know. I was always fascinated by the world, by people. I remember Michael Jackson was a huge inspiration for me, dancing. Like there was always a lot of passion in me, And in Poland as a kid, there's really not much you can do,
Yeah.
besides go to school and go back home. So I traveled to Germany. In Germany, I was involved in entertainment. I was manager for a chain of nightclubs called Fun Factory. Then after that, I moved to United States, and I started my work in Miami on the movies. I signed up with the agency, and this is where everything continues in United States. So I work as a dancer. I work as a stunt person. I did a lot of jet ski stunts, rollerblading stunts, dancing. I mean, you name it.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. So I love to travel. I've
Then
been to Germany. I've been to Russia back in the 80s when it was
yes.
communist. I've been to the Asia back then. I love it. I loved I was fascinated, you know?
It is amazing. It is.
Yes.
Those
But
countries are absolutely stunning, and they're so different, one country from another.
yes.
So just like over here, the States, you
Yeah.
go to Florida, it's a different state. You
That's right.
go to Colorado, it's completely different.
Completely
So
different, okay? I love
yeah,
seeing it all. I
it's a
love it.
beautiful world.
So now, when did you start dancing? How old were you about?
Oh gosh, dancing. We were kids. We were teenagers, and I remember this is what we did for fun as a kids. We at this time they were playing Dirty Dancing on TV, so our friends and crew got it together. So we were dancing in a basement, Dirty Dancing. This is when it started, really. Yeah.
That
So
is
this was our
so
fun time.
cool. Oh my gosh. So, all right. So
No, we
now,
were like 14, 14,
yeah, so
15.
that's so
Yeah.
cool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, Patrick Swayze. Oh, beautiful.
Those were the dreams. Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you have any entertainers in your family?
No,
Okay, so you're like the one.
I guess. They all doctors.
Okay, doctors. Okay. So, wow, that's great. So now let me ask you something. The red carpet, okay?
Yeah.
When did that really begin, and how did you come up with all that?
This uh, red carpet began after I work with Planet E Entertainment with Sharon Nixon Kelly,
Okay.
and we did a lot of coverage on fashion related events. And after that, I was like, you know what? Let's do Red Carpet of Hollywood that we can cover all the events and we can actually get everybody else stories, because I was very passionate about stories. For me, Hollywood, it's more than just glamour. It's there's so much history.
Yeah.
There's so much stories. I always wanted to get to know the icons, the people who don't perform anymore or don't act anymore. They have the magical stories they should be presented. And so that's where I began Red Carpet of Bollywood, because I really want to have everybody's stories and show how they paying forward. So I did a lot of charities. This is what we do. We cover a lot of charities like Harold and Carol Pump Foundation. And, one of the most amazing legend that I had the honor to interview was Jim Brown.
I was going to ask you that question, but you just answered it. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about Jim.
Jim. So, Jim is a really tall guy. He was super tall guy, and he has a beautiful wife. They have also charity called Americ. Hold on, I don't want to screw it up. I'm gonna send it to you later because
Okay, yep.
I don't want to say it the
That's
wrong way
okay.
right now.
Yep.
But they support kids who want to play basketball, they can afford it, or they don't have a parents.
Oh.
So Jim dedicated his life to support children, and how many people even know about this?
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's I interviewed him several times.
That's
Beautiful
beautiful.
people. So when he passed away, it was a shocking news, because I was always looking forward every year to Harold and Carol Pump Foundation to interview Jim, and his wife. So
Oh, that's beautiful. Rest in peace, Angel. Rest in peace. Wow.
yeah.
So,
And recently we lost Mel Novak, another legend, which I was honored to be friends with. So
do you
this
want to
is this
tell
is
a
the
little
real
bit about
Hollywood.
him?
Oh, sure. Mel was amazing. Mel, he did. He went to jail to the Skid Rock every Sunday, and he was, he was praying with all the guys over there. So it was powerful. He was sending me prayers every Sunday, and he loved bazooka because he was
Okay.
a lot of in those action movies,
Yeah.
with a lot. He loved guns.
Yeah.
Well, now you imagine he passed away. Mel was 90, but 4 years ago he was still participating in action movies with his bazooka, which was
Okay. How
hilarious.
cool is that? Okay.
Yeah, but look, legend who dedicate his life to a movies also dedicate his life to a prisoners,
That's right.
to with the word of God, to pray for them and to change their future. So every single one of them I know works so hard to pay forward. Yes.
So, all right. Who did you not get to meet or interview that you always wish you could have?
Uh, Good question. I met almost everyone. I always wanted to meet Steven Spielberg, and I did.
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
Mhm. This was one of those days, and actually, my friend who was a publicist make the dream come true. So I can't tell you. Well, uh, what what am I even thinking about? Michael Jackson.
There you go.
You know?
There you go.
Yes, Michael Jackson, Prince,
Yeah.
Whitney Houston. Yes.
Okay. Wow. So now, out of all the people you've interviewed, I'm not asking you to pinpoint one of your favorite. No, because I know there's
Mhm.
probably too many to even. But tell us a few exceptional interviews that just really struck you.
I wish that the conversation that struck me will be the interviews, because mainly you talk behind the scenes with people, and this is the moment in front of camera is completely different story. Um, I had a great conversation with Jamie Foxx, and
Okay.
this was on the set of Miami Vice. But those are the conversation. I had a great conversation with George Lopez,
Okay.
which on the camera, George Lopez is different too. So interviews, there's so many amazing interviews, on the set. Um, what can I think of? Interviews. I'm not. I'm gonna need some time to really think about it.
Okay. If it
Let
pops
me
in your
think about it
head,
a little
yeah,
bit.
if
But the
it pops up,
conversation, I really, yeah, I
yeah.
really had a great conversations,
Okay.
and one of them was with Jamie Foxx. Yes,
That's really cool. How is he as a person?
incredible. It's mind blowing genius.
Because
Definitely.
as a fan, we don't really know a quarter really about what goes on behind the scenes and what they're really like. So I love hearing good stuff, you know?
I think a really good interview I had. See, they all so meaningful. Um, with Prince Jackson, Michael Jackson's son.
Oh,
It was short, but it's also very good to hear that the kids pursuing, father's legacy, and their dreams are almost the same as the father's dreams. So there's just so much to it. I would suggest, if anybody is interested, tune into Red Carpet of Hollywood and just go through the interviews. There's a lot.
yep.
I can't sing aloud because they all amazing,
Amazing.
and there's events done for a cause, whether it's for the fire department in LA because of the Palisades fire. So you just have to listen to those guys speaking. I really can't say which one was the best because they all amazing.
Yes.
Just the power how people over here they can get together and they can make things happen is mind blowing.
Wow. Um, Interesting, very interesting. So, doing what you're doing, I mean, there's so much more involved, than what we can even imagine, right? I mean, you have to deal with everything from behind the scenes, then on the scene, then after the
Yeah.
scene, you know what I mean? You have to worry about it all. How many people do you have in your production?
Wow. Including the news
Go
or
ahead.
just red carpet? Red carpet, we have about 20.
Okay.
We have photographers, videographers. I have a guys who do interview, um, publicists, and then it's a production, editors and some more publicists. So, yeah.
So, what do you have coming up? What's going on?
Right now, I'm trying to focus on another charity event.
Okay.
I can tell you which one because every week we get a invitation for different events. But
Okay.
one of the biggest is Carol and Harold Pump Foundation. We do a lot of golf events, like George Lopez, golfing tournament. Um, Make a Wish Foundation, of course, every year, and those are very striking and meaningful interviews as well, on Make a Wish Foundation. Um, so yeah, I will suggest whoever wants to tune in and just watch it because I'm pretty sure you're gonna see your favorite stars there. So that's
Yes.
gonna be you know different reception.
So they just have to Google red carpet of Hollywood
Yeah,
and
that's
it'll
it.
come right up.
That's correct.
Okay. So now that's the main thing that you're doing, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
and the news. I mean, I would say they both on the same level because red carpet is also featured on the news.
Okay.
News of the World, newsoftheworld.us.
So
So
newsoftheworld.us. Tell us a little bit more about that now.
Yeah, so newsoftheworld.us is a news station that is unbiased. So our tagline is "You be the judge."
Okay.
There's nothing political left or right. It's completely up to you and your own judgment. And I think that's very important. My producer, the owner, he's also producer, is Hamid Ahmadi. Amazing person. Also, he took me under his wing, and I do part production of the news, and it's featured, gosh, all over the globe. Saudi Arabia, Dubai, it's in Arabic, it's in Persian, is in North America. By now, I think it's in South America. We started the station about 8 years ago, and it's everywhere. It's streamed through the satellites and all the internet platforms. So yeah.
So that's amazing. So, all right, what were some of your exciting moments on the news?
To interview lawyers,
Okay.
interview archaeologists. So like the latest one I interviewed was Zahi Hawass,
Okay.
who is the archaeologist and the main guy in Egypt who pursue discoveries. So he will have a show, I think it's in May, I'm not sure, it's May 5th or May 10th. He will uncover the secret why actually Tutankhamun died. So I blown away with people and their knowledge, and very interesting people.
So, when that comes out, can you, if you remember, I know you have a lot going on, maybe like let me know?
Oh yeah,
Oh my
absolutely. Yeah.
gosh, I would love that.
Yes.
So, where else have you traveled?
I traveled all over the Europe and gosh, South America.
Okay, very
Yes.
cool. Do you have a
And
favorite country that you've traveled to, or are they all just up there?
uh, I think my favorite country that I haven't traveled to will be Egypt for sure.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. I have a picture of me on the camel.
Oh, how
Oh,
was it?
so okay, you're gonna laugh at this, okay? So it was in the 90s, all right? And I was screaming. They bring the camel down, and then you have to just put your legs over it. Well, a little girl on our tour, she had to be honestly 12 or 13, that's it. She's like, Jerry, don't worry, come with me, sit behind me, it's okay. I'm holding on to this little kid for dear life as they're raising the camel, screaming. It was so funny, but it was amazing. It was
What a
amazing.
great experience. The camels, they can be feisty too, right?
Yeah, they were.
Spicy,
Yeah, they
feisty.
weren't feisty. I
Okay.
was only scared of as it was going up, and then
Racing.
once it went up, I was cool.
That sounds like amazing
Yeah,
experience.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't sat on a camel yet.
Okay.
One day.
Yep, I'm crazy. I've done it all. I've jumped off of a bridge with a kite attached to me. I've done it all. I'm crazy.
Oh
All right.
wow.
I've swam with sharks. I mean, on and on. Um, and I just like to tell people, get out of your comfort zone,
Yes.
travel, and don't go to countries saying, I wonder if I'm going to like this country. Absolutely not. You go to countries saying, I just want to see how they live. This is amazing. Like, that's my attitude. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I've loved every single country, and I'm just like, this is so cool.
Have you been to Poland?
I've been to Poland. It was amazing. Yep.
Wow. Where did you go in Poland?
In the early 90s. Yep, in the early 90s with my dad. My
What
dad,
city?
my dad took me and my daughter, she was a teenager, to so many places. Went to Israel. I mean, it was just amazing. But in the 80s,
Yeah.
I went with a cousin who worked for Lenox Hill Hospital in New York, and we went on a health tour with the hospital, and that's why we were able to go to Russia and China in the 80s when it was, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that's what I do too. I go every year on a medical mission
yep.
with with organization, and you know, I film because I also do filmmaking. So it's incredible.
Tell us about your
And
filmmaking.
so, you know, during the years working and interviewing all these amazing filmmakers and actors, um, I can say I learned a lot.
Okay.
I developed the passion way before, and I think it was when I was working on the movies.
Okay.
You know, when I work on Step Up 4, when and this was amazing. I always wanted to see what is the camera guy looking at, right? Because they have a big screen, and they have the camera guys and the directors looking at the screen. So I was always interested, what is the director looking at? And this is where I fell in love with. I was like, I didn't want to be really in front of the camera. I want to be behind the camera. And the storytelling, you know, um, it's very valuable for me. So I was like, I really would like to make either show or movie about the medical mission, helping people, you
Yes.
know, in developing countries. So I joined surgical team on a mission to Ecuador, an organization IMA helps. And I was like, is that okay if I film? You know, they were like, yeah, sure. So in the US, you can't film in the hospitals. And I tried to do it before because I'm crazy.
I'm crazy
You know?
too. I try to film everything. You're right, though.
So they would not let me. They was like, it's a HIPAA, it's OSHA, and it's just absolutely no. Well, over here, we went to Ecuador, and the hospital gave us okay to film, and I was able to put incredible stories. You know, so it called Surgery Warrior is on Amazon Prime, and you know, this way people can see what really is behind the scenes of a surgical crew, because I think that's very important.
I
Once the
have to
door
see
closed,
that.
people have no idea.
I have to see that.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh my gosh, you're gonna text me that. I have to see that.
yeah,
When I went on the health tours to Russia and China and all that, in Russia they brought us behind the scenes and we got to look under microscopes at the brain. It was
hmm,
fascinating, you know?
oh yeah. And I wish people could see this,
Yes.
because you know, there's so many um, young individuals. They don't know which career to pursue. They have
Right.
a passion, but they don't know which direction to choose. And you know, medical mission like this can really open up not just their heart, but also open up their eyes. Look, this is what you can do. And you know, saving people from the most horrific burns, you know, with the organization, there was a crew, they were given all the amputees limbs.
Oh.
And it's just just to see the reaction that somebody, a young guy who had amputated all extremities, finally is getting legs and arms. Just the emotion. I mean, if this doesn't touch you, then I don't know.
Right.
It's beautiful. So I was able to capture this. I'm more like a director of emotions. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
Not
beautiful.
action movies, but more of
Right.
the emotion and the real world. Yes.
My producer, Ruben, that you met before we went live,
Hmm.
we had an opportunity a year and a half ago, I believe it was. We went to the borders in Yuma, Arizona, and we got to spend 5 days with the Border Patrol and the Sheriff Department. And we got to videotape and meet all the people coming in and talking to everyone and the children.
Yes.
It was life changing.
Isn't that beautiful? This
Yeah.
is what life is about.
Yes.
This is the real life, and you know, thank you so much. I really thank you for that,
It was
because
amazing.
it's amazing. You know.
Hugging the children. I mean, it was just,
Yeah.
I've got like hundreds of photos. If you ever want to see any, I'll share them with you.
Yeah.
I posted them back then when we went. It was amazing.
Were you
So,
able to edit it and put it
oh,
as a documentary?
my producer filmed a lot of stuff and did whatever. They let him
Hmm.
do whatever he wanted to do. But my photos were mine. You know, like I just took hundred. They let me take photos of everything. It was amazing. You know, we hung out with them for five
Yeah.
days.
Did you guys put a documentary about it? Film?
I'm not sure, Ruben.
Not yet?
Did you ever make a documentary when we went to? Did you ever put it together on film?
Oh, sorry, are you talking to me?
When we went to the borders,
Oh,
did you ever get it all together on film?
oh, we mean like edit it?
Yeah.
Oh no, I never did
Okay. Well,
because we were shooting for the presidential race,
right.
and then Anthony dropped out.
Right.
You
All
know,
right,
I
but
mean,
you still
I
have
still
it all.
I still have the footage.
All right, so
Yeah.
maybe one day we'll do that when we're not busy,
Yeah,
because that would be cool.
that'd be cool.
Yes.
So,
That would
Yeah.
be amazing.
but it was amazing, life changing. So
Do you like documentaries?
I love documentaries. Love them. Okay, so I have to see that one. You have to send me the text,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
So you know what? I'm gonna read this poem now. I always read a poem during a show that I've written, and there's a reason why I'm choosing this poem. It's called "Utilizing Gifts and Talents," because what you're doing is you're utilizing all your gifts and all your talents. And people need to understand that everyone has something to offer. A lot of people question their self worth or think they have nothing to give, and they do. I mean, think about this. I say this all the time. What if we didn't have sanitation workers? I would go crazy, right? We need them. I have them right up here. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
is important. And I want everyone who's questioning their self worth to really listen to every word of this poem, okay? Utilizing gifts and talents. We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry, and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used, God's gift to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our jobs to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life, what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, but not just for the money, to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back, or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened, and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, your name, Marina Kufa, baby, will live forever, forever and a day. So go through life excited for what you sure can give to yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. So make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. And Marina, that is what you're doing. You are making so many people happy. Everything that you're doing, the donations, I mean everything that you're doing is amazing. And if we only had a bunch more people like you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I want to thank you.
Oh,
You know, I think we all contribute at some point, and it's always a teamwork.
teamwork.
So thank you so much. Thank you for the interview, and thank you for having me here. And I really wish we can put the love out there, and people will follow their passion
I do
and
too.
humanity. It's so important.
Well, I'm going to give you the mic. We have a few minutes left. I don't want you to say, oh, I forgot to say this or I needed to say this. The mic is yours. Marina, say anything else you'd like to say.
Um, I like to give some advice
Yes.
to, to people they maybe feel lost or they feel without direction or whatever the issues is of their situation in life. I want to tell them stay focused because this is so hard in life and it's so important. Stay focused, stay consistent, be humble, There's always people better than you. All you can do in life is learn from others and pay forward, and one of the most important thing is gratitude. I know that, okay, we have a red carpet of Hollywood, glamour, beautiful. It's great, but there's a lot of work. That the work is so hard behind the scenes that those people, when they end up on the red carpet, it's just a moment of publicity. But I want you to see them a little bit different. There is way more into people that you see on the red carpet. Besides glamour, those are amazing, amazing humans. So don't be blinded by Hollywood, by publicity, by flashlights and everything else, TMZ, you name it. They just doing their job. Try to look beyond it and see a person behind the glamour. All the actors and people that I interview, especially Steven Spielberg, Jamie Foxx, they're so humble. So one thing that I've learned is to be humble and pay gratitude. So guys, if you feel weak, if you feel lost, you have to be strong. You have to be consistent. And never give up on your passion. Never. No matter what is happening, you can do this. There's so many, and you can hear the stories, even Tom Cruise and everybody else. People lived in their cars, people work for McDonald's, people work so hard to be somewhere, and finally the dream come true. So that's life. Life is all about experience, and the universe will choose when is your time.
Marina, thank you so much. You have honored me here again on the Geri Petito Show on Hamilton Radio. You're just an exceptional human being. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I want to thank Paula Ann again for connecting us. Paula Ann, we love you. You're just so beautiful inside and out and everything that you do. So again, I want to thank you. Everybody, please, please share this show and follow her. Okay, the red carpets of Hollywood, man. I'm checking her out with everything. Okay, so please do that as well. Marina, thank you, sweetheart. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me, guys. And I hope to interview on my show because
I want to be on your show so badly now. Let's let it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
sweetie.
you. Love you guys. God bless.
You too. Producers, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
It's really true, is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.